it is truly humbling to be a part of this process. And I'd like to start out with introductions. Two people here that are responsible, I think, for certainly me having the character that I do have are my parents. After 18 years, they have finally made it up to Connecticut for opening day. So I'd like to introduce my parents, Sal and Catherine Candelora. Who, by the way, orphaned me when the income tax was passed in 1992. It is why I'm a Republican. They moved to Florida and never to be seen again. I'm kidding. Partly. I also have today here my son and daughter, Tommy and Ava, who I'm pretty impressed. They are now in college, so they didn't get the day off from school, and they came up here anyway. So that's commitment. Thank you. My oldest son, Christopher, couldn't be here. I want to shout out. He's probably watching in the lab. He texted me and said something about finding weird magnetic domains in some material, and he's all excited, so he's staying up there to study them. And then lastly, you know, when I first got elected, I was at the time, Robert Ward's retirement party, and I sat with Kevin Sullivan. And he gave me some advice. He said, when you get elected, you are going to go up to Hartford and think you are the most important person in the world. And then you go home to your spouse, who reminds you that you are not. And I just want to introduce and thank my wife, Carolyn Candelora. Who I think I could speak for all spouses here who have the toughest job of keeping us humble and keeping our mindset, and I want to thank you for all your support over the years. And then just a few remarks. Congratulations to all the freshmen that are here. Obviously, take it all in, as it was said. This is an exciting and it's a great day. And a couple of different words from what's already been said. Regardless of which side of an issue that you are on, I think always be self-reflective. You know, believe it or not, we don't always get things right. And even if we voted in the majority, we might have screwed something up. And it will be evidence this session, like we do every session, where we come back in to fix some of the things that we did in our past. And I think as much as it is important to be here to present the ideas that you had on the campaign trail and how you want to make our state better, at the same time, always take a step back and reflect on some of those decisions or opinions you may have. The beautiful part of this building is by having the conversations and all the different perspectives that are in this building, it makes you a better person when ultimately the product is put on the table. That's why it is so important, I think, for us to be deliberative. And I will just say, enjoy that process. What I want to say to everybody in this chamber, please show up. As we will discuss in the rules upcoming, we still have a virtual aspect to our legislative process. Some of us were in this building when we did not have that virtual option. Committees ran in person. The chamber all voted in person. It was different. And we had an opportunity to build relationships. And I think coming out of COVID, we've been slow to get back into this building and have a committee process with people present, debating bills, discussing them together. And so I will just say to all of you, please show up. It's probably the most important thing that we could do for our constituents. We are not here just to vote yes or no. We're here to participate in a process. And on behalf of my colleagues, I want to thank you all again for re-electing me leader of this great caucus. I do believe it'll be controversial, but we are the best caucus in the building. But certainly, I think we could all agree we are the better chamber in the building. But I think over the last couple of years, we do have a common thread. Our common thread is affordability for the state of Connecticut. Whether it's trying to lift people up out of poverty or helping people that are in need, conversely, it's also trying to make Connecticut more affordable for its residents and maintain the quality of life. And so whether it comes to taxes that we talk about, our utility bills, rent, the sales taxes, mortgages, auto insurance, these issues are all important to all of us. And I certainly know this next session, we are going to be working hard at trying to maintain the quality of life for our state of Connecticut. So it gives me pleasure to represent this side of the aisle. Certainly, I look forward to working with all of you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for being who you are and making sure that this ship sails smoothly. And for the Majority Leader, it is likewise. I think we've had a great relationship over the years, and we're only going to continue to build on that relationship over the next couple of years. Thank you.